Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you would never ask. Today is Thursday, the 30th of November. It's the last day of the month. Cities for Life Day today. Computer Security Day today. We're going to actually talk about passwords. So I'm going to be thinking about that.
I'm going to fail that.
National Mason Jar, National Meth Awareness Day. Why do we need to be aware of that? National Moose Day, like for your hair mousse. National Personal Space Day, so back off, people. And Stay Home Because You're Well Day. All of those things and much, much more. Oh, it's Perpetual Youth Day as well, because it was Dick Clark's birthday, and he was a teenager even up until he was in his 80s. So all of those things happening today. And it's a Thursday, which means we have a Dear John letter. We're going to get to that before you know it, but it's about a neighbor that's new in the neighborhood, and their kids are messing with somebody's nativity scene, and they poked a hole in their Christmas inflatable, and it sounds like there's a lot of stuff going on there. But so just needing some advice, we'll do our best to give you some advice, and you can chime in at facebook.com/John and Heidi Show.
Give yourself a little credit.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, and it can also be expensive. Are you still paying for last year's Christmas gifts? Maybe you need better credit cards. We'd love to help at bettercreditcards.com. Find a card that's a better fit for your needs. Some like cards with points or miles. Others just want a lower rate. Find what you're looking for at bettercreditcards.com.
Go ahead and switch to bettercreditcards.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com. You ever stop and wonder how many people you know? You don't need to think.
Not really.
The answer is 611.
That's the answer,
Yeah.
huh?
Tyler McCormick, a professor in the Statistics and Sociology Department, University of Washington. That is his best estimate, at least for the average number of acquaintances that Americans have. If that sounds like way too many, or if it sounds like not nearly enough, here is a rule of thumb to go by. According to him, to estimate the number of people you know, simply count the Michaels. He says there are more than 3 million Americans named Michael, about 1% of the population. So if you know 8 Michaels, you know about 800 people.
Okay.
So count the Michaels in your life.
Wow.
Take that times whatever. I'm not a math whiz, but they're 1% of the population. So take that times 10? I don't know. Times 100? I don't know what you take it. Anyway, that's how you figure it out.
Okay.
Times 100, it looks like.
Now I'm wondering how many Michaels I know.
I don't know any. Who said? There's a Michael on the phone for me? I don't know any Michaels. All right, survey. I'm just kidding, Mikes. Surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com.
Do you cringe when you get your mobile phone bill? Mint Mobile can help. Just $15 a month for premium wireless. Give your family a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring your current phone to Mint Mobile. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That is far less than most people are paying. Just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Did you know? Brought to you by GenesisGoldIRA.com. Heidi, did you know that apparently cricketing in order to fall asleep is a thing now?
Cricketing?
Yeah, the term cricket feet has over 53 million views on TikTok, where sleepyheads are sharing videos of themselves explaining the technique that leaves them feeling snug as a bug. What is cricketing?
Rubbing your feet together?
People swear that rubbing their feet together in bed, like a cricket, helps them ease into a peaceful slumber. In one video, a woman named Marissa shows herself doing the technique. Commenters claim the ritual is, quote, comforting and relaxing. And a physical therapist explains that your feet are loaded with nerve endings and acupressure points, and that when they're stimulated, they'll help regulate and calm your central nervous system. Okay.
I kind of rub my feet together. I do.
Do you do? I don't even think I could.
What do you mean you couldn't?
I don't think my feet bend that way. I could rub my feet on your feet. I don't know. My feet are like a Ken doll. That's as far as they're going to bend. No more, no less. Get over it. All right. We don't know everything, but now we know this.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by InsuranceChicken.com. Kim Kardashian is going to move from the small screen to the big screen. So they've been on the show, the TV show Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Well, now she's working on a movie called The Fifth Wheel. So I don't know what it's about. I'm assuming some sort of wheel.
Okay.
The fifth one, most likely. And today would have been Dick Clark's birthday, so I thought it'd be the perfect time to say Dick Clark's Rockin' New Year's Eve with Ryan Seacrest is staying put at ABC for the near foreseeable future, at least. They just signed another deal to go all the way through 2029. You know, I could have hosted that show. I came this close. You know
so
why
it's
I
still
didn't?
called Dick Clark's
Yeah, it's
Rockin' New
Dick
Year's
Clark's
Eve.
New Year's Rockin' Eve with Ryan Seacrest is what they call it now.
Wow.
But I came this close to hosting it. You know why I didn't do it?
Why?
Because they didn't ask me to.
Ah.
If they would have asked, I would have said yes. And Macaulay Culkin is finally going to get a Hollywood Walk of Fame star. How did he not have one? He's getting one December the 1st. So that's like tomorrow. That's pretty cool. I'm excited for Macaulay Culkin to finally get a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Big screen, little screen, brought to you by InsuranceChicken.com.
Give yourself a little credit.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, but it can also be expensive. Are you still paying for last year's Christmas gifts? Maybe you need better credit cards. We'd love to help at bettercreditcards.com. Find a card that's a better fit for your needs. Some like cards with points or miles. Others just want a lower rate. Find what you're looking for at bettercreditcards.com.
Go ahead and switch to bettercreditcards.com.
Now, your scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. According to a report, the list of things that makes you sleepy, tryptophan, that's found in Turkey,
Yeah.
is number 2, just ahead of
Yeah.
soft music. So soft music.
Yeah.
Did we already talk about this, or am I having deja vu?
You must be having deja vu.
Another thing here, in a poll, 70% of people said they would rather stay at a hotel for the holidays than with their family.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
You know, it depends. Like, there are times at hotel...
but it's just awkward being in somebody else's house.
It is.
It's just
But
awkward.
I don't know. And sometimes you just have to tell a white lie. That is the case if you want to land your dream job. According to a professional recruiting manager, Bonnie Dilber of Seattle, she uploaded a video to her 1.1 million TikTok viewers where she covered her practice for landing a gig. In it, she advised followers to save these choicest tall tales to tell and to prepare your lies before every interview. What?
Wow.
She says these are the 3 lies you must be willing to tell. First, do not tell them that your boss does not like you. So even if your boss hates you, don't tell them because they assume that you're hard to work with. All they're going to hear is that you are difficult. Even if you work for the most challenging person in the world, they're going to hear, ooh, this person's going to be hard to work with.
Okay.
Next,
That makes sense.
when they ask you why you want the job, don't say, because I need a paycheck.
Well, yeah.
Instead, they're saying that's not unique. Tell them why you're passionate about the company's mission, why this job is your life's work, and why you're just such a good fit for the culture of this particular company.
Well, that shouldn't be a lie.
I was born
If
to
you're applying
make
for
these
something,
lattes.
you should be interested in that particular company.
You should be, but she's saying, you know, don't tell them. I'm just here for a paycheck, even if that's why you're trying to get the job.
Well, who would say that?
I don't
in an
know.
interview?
Somebody. And finally, when asked about your future plans, she says you need to lie through your teeth. Don't care if you're planning on jumping ship, you know, as soon as you find another gig, you make sure you tell them I am planning to grow old in this
Here,
company.
I am going to be here.
They're going to name
forever.
a wing after me when I'm done.
You're going to have to drag my stiff corpse out of this building.
And then, bing, you look at your phone. But I've got another interview to get to in 5 minutes. So do I have this job or not? Scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com.
Do you cringe when you get your mobile phone bill? Mint Mobile can help. Just $15 a month for premium wireless. Give your family a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring your current phone to Mint Mobile. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That is far less than most people are paying. Just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
And it's time right now for
Dear John Letters.
Dear John, dear John.
All right, thank you, Internet, for not disappointing. This is our Dear John letter for this week. You can chime in with advice, and folks have, at Facebook.com/John and Heidi Show. Here we go. Dear John, I love my neighborhood. It's close, we all get along great, and our kids all play together. But my new next-door neighbors have been a problem. We have a big outdoor Christmas display with inflatables and a nativity scene. The new neighbors have 2 little kids, and they've been coming over to play in our front lawn. They just move everything around. Last night, I found baby Jesus wrapped in a blanket under a bush. and they put a hole in one of my inflatable Santas while wrestling with it. The kids are great. The neighbors are great. But I don't want these kids over here messing with our stuff. I have to fix it all every day. Now, I mentioned it to their mother, and she laughed and talked about how much her kids love Christmas and how cute it is that they love to play so much. Then she thanked me for being so nice and opening our home to them. I know they're just kids, but these things are expensive. They're not toys. How do I deal with this without being a jerk? Any advice? Signed, Not a Grinch. I came up with that name, Not a Grinch. What do you think? You like
that was perfect.
I thought so, too. Because she's not a Grinch. She's just trying to
That
celebrate.
is radio gold right there.
I'm probably going to win an award. It'll be a Dear John award. They don't exist, but I'll make one up and then I'll give it to myself. In all honesty, I can see where she's coming from. Mm-hmm. And she doesn't want to be a Grinch. And she did mention it to the mother, and the mother kind of chuckled it off. Oh, kids being kids, it's going to be fine. So I think
that's where she would have said at that point right there is when she should have said to the mother, okay, I understand that they're kids and everything, but this is how much the snowman costs, and they popped it. So you need to keep your children out of the decorations.
And if you let the kids know, and maybe, hey, here's an idea. Maybe what you could do is you could get the kids something specifically for them to play with and say, hey, guys, I got this for you. This is for you. Merry Christmas. You can play with this.
No.
But just listen to me. Let me say, this is my answer. You said your answer. Come on now.
I haven't said my full answer.
Oh, I'll get to your full answer in a minute, and I'll probably have to bleep half of it. But if you give the kids something that they can play with, and you can let them know that, hey, these are for you guys to play with, but I want you to understand this nativity scene. This is baby Jesus. This is not a toy. So please don't play with this. And these inflatables, you guys poked a hole in one. I don't want you to poke a hole in those. So please don't play with these things. And these inflatables are connected to electricity. You could get hurt. You could get shocked. I don't want that. I want you guys to have a good time. Here's some toys to play with. Go play in your yard.
They should have their own toys, and the mother should be the one making sure the kids are not destroying somebody else's property.
Yep.
And if she won't, if she refuses, then you just Tim the Toolman Taylor that Christmas stuff up. Just get it a little more power, a little stronger. Kids come near it, get a little bit of a zap. They won't be coming around anymore.
Why is the nativity scene on fire? I might have put a little too much juice in that Santa. I don't suggest you do that.
No, start with the mom.
You're going to zap the mom?
Well, she refuses to keep her kids in her yard.
Hey, thanks for stopping over.
Somebody's got to watch those kids.
What you doing at our house? Why do you have a cattle prod? It is wrapped like a candy cane. So Merry Christmas. Zap. No, I think, honestly, I love the fact that she did talk to the mom. And it's sad that the mom just kind of chuckled it off and was like, oh, it's kids being kids. That's why I'm saying if you give something to the kids, and it sounds like they're little kids, it doesn't have to be anything expensive, just something small.
What are the little kids doing outside
I don't know.
by themselves unsupervised?
Mom's probably on the porch drinking some eggnog, enjoying the thing. I have no idea. But again, I would have the conversation with the kids and let them know. If mom's not going to let them know, you can let them know because it is your property. Guys, please don't play with these things. But here's something for you to play with. You can play with this, and I got these just for you guys. These are candy canes. They have a cattle prod inside of them. Just kidding. Don't get those. But I think that's what I would do. Heidi completely disagrees.
No, you don't buy presents. You don't reward bad behavior. That's a horrible idea.
Okay. Well, you can chime in with your horrible ideas. Right on our Facebook page. You can find the Dear John letter. We always keep them anonymous, by the way, so if you'd like to submit one for next week, I don't have one for next week, so your letter could be the letter, and then Heidi could make fun of you if you submit it at facebook.com/John and Heidi Show.
Give yourself a little credit.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, and it can also be expensive. Are you still paying for last year's Christmas gifts? Maybe you need better credit cards. We'd love to help at bettercreditcards.com. Find a card that's a better fit for your needs. Some like cards with points or miles. Others just want a lower rate. Find what you're looking for at bettercreditcards.com.
Go ahead and switch to bettercreditcards.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
It is a myth that no two snowflakes are exactly the same. In 1988, a scientist actually found two identical snow crystals in Wisconsin that weren't even that far apart. So when they say
who takes the time?
they're just, they used to say, oh, no, two snowflakes
And how
are
would
the
you
same.
know? They would melt before you even had a chance
he
to look.
apparently remembered what it looked like. So. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
A crocodile cannot stick out its tongue. That's why you never buy a crocodile ice cream. I mean, it just doesn't work. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The song Silver Bells used to be called Tinkle Bells. And the composer,
I knew that.
Jay Livingston's wife, told him, tinkle has another meaning, right? And then he's like, okay, we'll change it. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Some species of fish have voices. Yeah, I remember seeing a cartoon. It was called Finding Nemo. Those had voices. Remember that? And our final fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
People who complain tend to live longer. Heidi's never going to die. I'm just kidding.
Wow.
Several fun facts. Now you know. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Do you cringe when you get your mobile phone bill? Mint Mobile can help. Just $15 a month for premium wireless. Give your family a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring your current phone to Mint Mobile. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That is far less than most people are paying. Just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Time now for the Mint Mobile question of the day. It comes your way, courtesy of Mintervention.com. Got some leftover Thanksgiving stuff here. This place sees a 27% increase in activity in the days immediately after Thanksgiving. What is the place? 27% increase in activity after Thanksgiving.
Plumbers.
No, emergency room.
Oh.
So apparently not everybody has the best recipes out there. I don't know what's going on there. Mint Mobile question of the day comes your way, courtesy of Mintervention.com.
Give yourself a little credit.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, and it can also be expensive. Are you still paying for last year's Christmas gifts? Maybe you need better credit cards. We'd love to help at bettercreditcards.com. Find a card that's a better fit for your needs. Some like cards with points or miles. Others just want a lower rate. Find what you're looking for at bettercreditcards.com.
Go ahead and switch to bettercreditcards.com.
Now, some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. A woman was arrested after walking onto the tarmac to catch a plane taking off. This was in Australia. Witnesses say Simon Hales said to a local reporter, that was the eyewitness, she's trying to yell at the pilot. She's trying to get his attention, and she's jumping up and down. It was bizarre. On Facebook, he wrote that the woman had, quote, missed her flight clearly and thought she could still catch it. She pushed past the staff at the door, ran down onto the tarmac, and ran up to the airplane. Luckily, the pilot was warned or somehow spotted her and turned the engine off. The woman, by the way, did not get on the airplane.
No, I'm sure she did not.
Instead, she did get a free ride to the police station. Yeah, the Australian Federal Police arrested her. You don't do that.
Yikes.
What did she think was going to happen?
Yeah,
They're
they're just going to stop and open the door. Come on in.
Hop on in. Sorry we missed ya. Weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
John and Heidi.
Time now for the list brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. We mentioned today is Computer Security Day, something like that.
Okay.
It was a long time ago. I mentioned it earlier. I don't remember. You don't remember. Let's just move on. But I have the most common passwords. So NordPass released a list. It is the list right here of the most common passwords. So the number one most common password, this was number 2 last year, and it got bumped up to number 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Who does that?
That is the number 2 password.
It still is? Seriously?
Number 2. It was number 2 last year. It's the number 1 password this year.
Wow.
Guys, don't do that. Number 2, admin, ADMIN. That's it, all lowercase. Number 3 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Wow.
Number 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Number 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And number 7, it was number 1 last year, but it's all the way down to number 7. Password. Yeah. Number 8 is 1, 2, 3. Number 9 is capital A, lowercase a, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And number 10 is unknown. That doesn't mean we don't know it. It means that is their password. They just type in all caps unknown, and that's their password.
All of mine are Kenny. I have Kenny logins.
Oh, see, I see what you did there. All right. I hope that's not any of your real passwords.
It's not.
All right. That is the list brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. I do have the list in the show notes for today at JohnandHeidiShow.com. And if you have that for your password, any of those, change it.
Do you cringe when you get your mobile phone bill? Mint Mobile can help. Just $15 a month for premium wireless. Give your family a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring your current phone to Mint Mobile. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That is far less than most people are paying. Just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Time now for the quote of the day. It comes your way, courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com. Quote today comes from David Letterman. He used to be on TV. Remember that?
Yes,
I used to watch that show. I watched 2 different shows that he was on. Here's his quote. Halloween is the beginning of the holiday shopping season for women. The beginning of the holiday shopping season for men is Christmas Eve.
That is true. That is true.
It's pretty close. All right. That is the quote of the day. It does come your way, courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. It comes your way courtesy of GenesisGoldIRA.com. This is kind of a cool story here from Texas. Teen's unexpected route, or route, however you want to say it, leads to a heroic act of kindness. So cool story here. Heartwarming turn of events. A teenager decided to take kind of a bizarre path home. And here's what happened. Elijah Champion had visited Market Basket to pick up a job application. On his journey home, instead of just walking straight home, he crossed Nederland Avenue at 25th Street instead of his usual 27th Street. So he went 2 blocks out of the way. Well, it was during this detour that the high school freshman encountered an elderly man whose hip had given out. It left him stranded about 1.5 miles from home. He said, when I found him, he was lying on the side of the road with his bottom half in the grass and his top half on the road itself.
Oh, no.
So when people were driving by, they made sure to go around him.
But nobody stopped.
It was pretty obvious that they had seen the guy, but they were literally driving around him. Undeterred, Champion
That's disgusting.
went door to door seeking assistance. After knocking on about 15 doors, he finally found a willing neighbor, and he had a plea for help that was captured on camera because they have a camera doorbell. He said, I felt relieved and surprised at the same time because I knew that if I tried hard enough, I would find somebody who would help. It was disappointing to see how many people would not help another human being.
That's disgusting.
The man, Champion assisted, prefers to remain anonymous, but he was he did express profound gratitude for the teen's quick thinking. Can you even imagine that?
How would you just drive past?
I don't know. I know exactly what you're thinking of. We're not even going to mention that. We're going to keep on moving.
Yeah.
Something that happened recently that we saw that we just go, let's just keep going.
That's a shame.
Too bad that happened. I think everybody would help each other out. And usually I would say I know I would, but the event Heidi's talking about makes me wonder now. I've got a link to the story in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.